Hi everyone. As I'm sure that you can see, I'm not in my normal setup right now. I am currently on vacation as this Kickstarter campaign has just ended, so bear with me having to hold my phone, and there's going to be some background noise probably dispersed out through this video. This isn't going to be a super edited one like my videos normally are. I'm just going to kind of be talking at you guys. So, as I'm sure you all are aware by now, the Kickstarter campaign was in fact not successful at reaching its funding. So, that plan is kind of just out the window now. I honestly was prepared for this to happen from, I believe, like the second day. I kind of knew just from like the way that days were kind of going on that it wasn't going to reach its goal based on like the average pace everything was going at. And I was kind of holding out hope for the last week, but then pretty much as soon as we hit 50% funding in the last week, it really flatlined with progress. So I saw this coming. But even though it seems like it's a sad thing, I'm okay. And I do have another alternative plan that, while I'm not sure how much it will secure my ability to work full time on this game, it's still something that I can hopefully do. Basically, my plan is to invest way more resources and time and attention into my Patreon. I've had a Patreon since I've actually started game development, like, I think probably only like a few months after I really got into it, I made a Patreon. So it's always kind of been there, but it's not always had a lot of attention really. And I completely appreciate all of the patrons that I have had so far, because you guys are always great. But I feel like I could be doing a lot more to reach more people and further expand it, and from Patreon turn this into a full-time job instead of receiving a Kickstarter fund that I will use to build the budgets of every episode as they go on. So basically, I have enough money, and I will have enough money from a few people who have expressed interest in still commissioning some of their add-on rewards to create characters. From that money, I'll be able to work for about a month and a half or so full time on the game. Whatever I can get on Patreon as well will help further ensure extra months that I can work full time. So, pretty much, if you were willing to back this project financially on this Kickstarter, then I encourage you to also check out the Patreon and consider pledging there, because I am adding a lot of new cool rewards to my tiers. So what I already have had on my Patreon since its inception was, for $1 you get early access to all of the development logs, and I'll post a lot more regularly, consistently, and everything on there. In addition to that, you also get your name in the credits of whichever episode I'm working on as you're actively a backer. And then there's the $5 tier, where every month, whatever state the game is in, I will send a build to all patrons in that tier. So basically, you get an early access demo every month. So in addition to that, I have also come up with a few new tiers. One of them is the $10 tier, where I decided we will all play a little game of create a character, where I will present different options for people to vote on for a Patreon created character each episode. So, are they going to be male? Are they going to be human? Such and, so on and so forth, like what their personality is going to be like. And then also, people on the $10 tier will also have the chance to opt in for a raffle to voice the character that we all create together. So I'm kind of excited for that. I hope people are interested in that, because it'll be a lot of fun if a lot of people join in on that. Next, I have a new $30 tier that I've come up with, where each month I will send you an original piece of artwork that I made for the game. I know that there were a few people who were interested in that reward on this Kickstarter, so hopefully that helps. And then I have a $50 reward for the people who really want to fund the creation of more merchandise for this game. So at that tier, every single time that I produce a new piece of merch, and I'll announce in a post basically saying, okay, this is the merch I'm going to go with. If you're a patron, when I make a post saying, okay, this is going to be put into production, then you will receive a free copy of whatever that merch is. So right now I'm working out the logistics of getting the pins produced, because those ones are the ones that not only I was the most excited about, but I know that a few people expressed a lot of excitement for the pins. So I'm thinking the pins and lanyards will be the first merch that I actually produce. So if you're interested in that, you will want to check out that tier. I won't be producing new merch every single month, so I encourage people to kind of pick and choose when they're at that tier, maybe move to a lower tier once a month if there's nothing actively going on. But for people who are staying in that tier when there is no new merch that month, you are actively funding the down payment that I need to create that merch. So that's basically what the point of that tier is. It's for people who want more than anything to see the creation of new merch, and then they will get that complimentary as a thank you for doing so. So other than that, the episodes are still coming for sure. It's just that with this Kickstarter not being successful, I can't promise when every episode's going to come out, because I do pay rent, I do buy my own food, so I do need to ensure my survival, and that either needs to be done through game development if people want to financially support that when I can do it full time, or I have to go back to part-time game development and part-time commissions in order to pay my bills. So I just really sincerely want to thank you guys for believing in my project enough to back it. Even though we didn't reach the goal, it's really crazy to me that people wanted to put down over $8,000 towards something that I created entirely just from myself. Like, I'm used to getting attention for like fan art and stuff like that. So it's really special when you come up with something and people are interested in it. And I'm going to keep improving as I go on, and hopefully give you guys the project that you deserve for your support. I'm still shooting for the second episode to come out in around November or so of this year, because I'm just really unsure about what my timeline's going to look like, not knowing how much money I'll have to secure funding for every part of it. But, you know, we'll see. It's going to come out for sure. It's just that I will have more information as time goes on. Again, thank you so much, and I really hope that you check out the Patreon if you are still thinking about this project and still wanting to help. Other than that, I will have more information in the description of this video to kind of point you guys in different directions, what with social media and just general information and stuff. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you for supporting me.